There it is.
Yep.
I don't understand why it would. Oh, freaking weird. Okay, then let's get the other thing going. All right. See, now it's got your picture, and earlier it just had your initials for some reason. I'm not really sure why.
I changed it right before I asked you what it showed.
Oh, okay. But it didn't come up with that little format thing like it did last time. But I mean, it's whatever. Okay. Yay. All right. Anyway, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. Don't know why I didn't go full screen. Okay, I can deal with it. All right, show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming to you from the dark recesses of the proverbial Dawn Forge pouch. This is episode 197 of the Shadow Soulstone. 100 levels up in smoke. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at bit.ly/Soulstone2019. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, MP3 player, or real man phone. Today is February 2nd, 2019, and I am your main man, Deadgreed. Today, I'm not alone. I have like one of my second favorite type people coming to you from the land of the polar vortex and arrows, all the arrows. It's Shazam!
What's going on, people?
Yeah, brother. Glad to have you back, man.
Glad to be back.
Whew, how cold was that polar vortex? Is it still going on?
No, it was like 50-some degrees today.
So you went from like negative 50 to plus 50.
I were like negative 10 or something the other day.
Oh, you didn't get down in the low?
No.
It was around 20. And I know what you're thinking. That's not the minus. But the windshield was like -7. And whoo, it made for some long days on the street, brother. When you're walking down the street in -7 degree windshield temperature. And I know it wasn't as cold as up north, but dang, it was pretty cold.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are used to it that much, being that cold down there.
I mean, it gets cold every year. It's a thing. And then every summer it gets hot. That's also a thing. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man. How in the hell has your week in gaming been? Or your weeks in gaming, because you weren't here last week.
I didn't get 1,000 paragon the first weekend. It took me till, the second weekend.
Yeah, wow.
But other than that, I got 200 paragon in the last week. Ooh. And I started a Shadow Impale. I was going to branch off and do Monk, but I keep playing a Demon Hunter because I just can't stop. And I started a Shadow Impale on Saturday. Yeah, it had to have been Saturday this week. And today, is it? What? It was today, right? Today I did a Greater Rift 109.
Yeah, I seen you in a 110, but I don't know how that one came out.
Yeah, I failed it. Yeah, in like 30 hours, I took a build from nothing to doing a Greater Rift 109, so I can't complain. It's the highest Greater Rift I've ever done so far.
Ooh, congrats, brother. 109. Jesus.
So that's basically all I've been doing all week other than streaming and farming paragons and gem levels and all the other fun stuff that goes on with playing Diablo 3. But nice. I don't know. I live in this game. I play this game like 40 or 50 hours a week.
You say you're streaming. Where you streaming at?
twitch.tv/Shazam81.
Yeah, shameless plug.
Wait, we were doing it all day today with each other.
It's all good, bro. Man, first of all, I wanted to talk about Shadow Impale. I remember somebody got a whole Shadow Impale set full of primals and was like, "Brr, I'm not doing that."
Yeah, I was like, I'm not playing that build. That build sucks. I hate it. I'm never gonna play it. And literally a season later, I, I stopped playing multi-shot to do Shadow Impale.
You know, I noticed that your monk has some really weird moves, some kind of crossbow pointy thing, and some kind of looks like he's doing some kind of gymnastics when he bolts across the screen there. Kind of weird, bro. Kind of weird. The whole thing was I thought you were gonna do a monk this season.
Yeah, me too.
Are you? Have you canned the monk already? We're like what? We're a couple days into the season, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in like another couple weeks if I keep playing that or if I just go the hell with it and just play. Climb the leaderboard with a Shadow Impale.
Yeah, I guess right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this has happened to you, but we got into some pretty good 4-player groups, and we were just running like 95s. We did some hundreds, relatively pretty easy, very low gear. I mean, I know Shazam's geared out the Yang with his 95 primals that he's found this season already. I mean, I don't know how many, like 50, 40.
Currently I'm sitting at 32, and two? I'm wearing two of them.
Damn,
One
bro.
one on my monk and one on my. Oh no, actually three I'm wearing, but I haven't put one on my multi-shot build yet. So I got one for the shadow set, one for the multi-shot set, and one for the monk. So yeah, 32.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm not sure if if they're dropping more primals or if you're just lucky.
Well, I have like 200 hours in the season already. So
Yeah, maybe that's a
th-
thing.
there's that.
Maybe that's a thing, right? Well, anyway, we're running these groups. We're 4-player. We're doing like 95s, 100s. It's relatively easy. Of course, I'm on my witch doctor. You know, my witch doctor is missing like 6, 7 pieces of gear that's non-ancient. I do got a few augments already. I've hit 2 level 100 augments, and I got a couple that are 80, and one that's like 50 because season journey thing. But anyway, I, I don't consider that to be geared in any way, and we're already just smashing 100s, and I mean like 5 minutes maybe, 6 minutes around there, depending on if you get a good rift or not. I mean, it just seems like we're just burning this game. But one thing I wanted to talk about real quick was possible NIMS bug. I put on my I queued my Nemesis Bracers, and I took off my belt that gives you like all the little fetishes, and I could look. 'Cause I'm spacing on the name. Jesus, I know all this junk by heart, but what are you gonna do, right? When you're not in your head, right? For some reason. Anyway, yeah. The Jesus Christ, what is it? I am like, Belt of Transcendence. Sorry. Anyway, I always rail in like Belt of Transcendence. And I know I'm in my gold build right now for people who are watching the stream, but But for non-go build, when I'm running my actual build, I'm running a Belt of Transcendence. Well, I dropped that because as we were progressing, our group, like um, usually Ritzy is the toucher, uh, and what that means is he touches all the pylons. So he's our group toucher, but he ended up getting a really good upgrade for his bracer, so he couldn't wear the NIMS no more. So I ended up sacrificing some extra. That's a lot of toughness, actually. I sacrificed my Belt of Transcendence to get the NIMS so we could go a little faster. And we're going through the rift, and I click on this pylon, and well, we get the conduit, and the lightning starts coming out of us, but there's there's literally no yellow, and everybody goes, "Hey, who touched that?" And I'm like, yeah, I did," and everybody's like, "What?" And we're kind of like, it it kind of stunned me for a second because I was like, what? I was expecting the elite to pop out and start, we start hammering on him, but well, anyway, we go through the rift, and I don't know, a couple rifts later, we jump over into another level right at the beginning. There's another shield pylon. Everybody gets into the correct level. I click it, boom, everybody gets a shield. No yellow. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the Nemesis. Well, I'm calling that the Nemesis bug. I don't know if that's just. I mean, I don't really know what happened, but I know 2 times so far uh, we haven't gotten the, and I think actually once when Shazam, when Ritzy was a toucher, I think it happened to him once. So I think it's 3 times for our group that we've seen it, which I know only 3 times, right? But 3 times it happened to us 3 times in one day. I mean, I don't know if you're out there in listener land, if that happened, you know, throw us a little thing on Discord or throw us an email and tell us what's up with this Nemesis bug. Because Matt, maybe we discovered a bug. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Nemesis bug, brother?
I could think every time that it's done it though, we've had massive server lag, which I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah, I mean maybe like maybe it was like lagging and I clicked it, but somebody else clicked it. I don't really know. Maybe it's not even a bug. I was just like, it kind of like it surprised me when I look, because you click on it, you expect the little yellow to pop out, right? And then you start beating on it. It just was like, I don't know. Anyway, out there in listening land, if that's a thing, if you've seen that, throw a comment. Tell me I'm not crazy, or watch my video on my stream, because you'll see it. You'll be like, who touched that? But anyway, I was just wanting to throw it on there, just to, like, a little heads up, like, check out, start paying attention to your little Nemesis, because maybe we missed 3 elites, and that could be the difference between getting a higher rift or not. That's 3 elites is a lot of elites.
Absolutely.
So anyway, as far as my weekend gaming goes, of course I've been playing with the group, just trying to get some paragon, trying to get some gear. I've been burning through gold like crazy. So me and Shazam ran like 22 puzzle rings, and that's not even a joke. We The reason why we know we did 22 is because that's what he had. We ran them all, and ended up with like 3 billion gold. So I gotta give Shazam the internet high five for letting me get some gold. Because anytime Greed gets the money, it's like, thanks, appreciate it. But yeah, I've been streaming. I've been trying to have fun, and you get home from work. It's you get home, you start streaming. It's a thing, right? You start running, you start doing your thing. I've been mashing Jade. I'm really liking the Jade, and kind of like you, a long time ago, I told myself I'd never play Jade, but I'm really liking, because I did today. I did set up. I was going back and forth between setting up a Helltooth or a Zumasi COE build, Gargantuan build, and I settled on the Zumasi because it has a 1,500% damage increase instead of a 9,000% or 15,000%, I should say, instead of 9,000% for the Gargantuan. And it's quite tanky. It's got like fire bat, so you can really heal yourself. It's got a lot of, you can check out that. There's a YouTuber named Tony and Big Daddy Den 76 on YouTube, and you can check out. He's got tons of videos, and that's where I got my videos, where I got my build. But I kind of just ran it a little bit, and then I ended up getting pants from and I had been trying to get pants like all weekend, so I kind of went back to the Jade. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with the other build. I mean, we'll see, right? Because like I'm back and forth, and I definitely like the Jade. I hit 800 Paragon, and I know that's not where Shazam's at. Shazam's much further than I am, which is fine. Work and all, and then I do other things like stare at Netflix and sleep. I mean, I don't know, but so far with 800 Paragon points, I mean, I'm beyond that now. I think I got 920 ish, something like that. But with 800 Paragon points, I was able to clear a 100. And at the time I didn't have augments. I had like two, like a 50 and an 80, which is, I don't really consider that to be major augments or something. But with crappy gear, I cleared a 100, and on a Witch Doctor, that's pretty nice. So far, I've only pushed up to a Greater Rift level 102, but that's only because I've been primarily like running gold with Shazam, or running 4 players with the guys, or I farmed up some keys, and just trying to play and have fun. Haven't really pushed a bunch. I grabbed like 5 Gem of Eases, and I'm gonna run those Gem of Eases up, so when I get more ancients, I'll be ready. I'll be ready to put my augments on the gear. So that's kind of like my week in gaming. I just been running, been having some good fun.
Yeah, we did 3 and 4 player 105s. Today and yesterday?
Oh yeah. We managed to get 105, which, I mean, I think last season, we ended up with a 104 last season with our Crusaders, in a 4 player or a 3 player. I don't even remember, but I think 104 is as high as and we were geared. We were geared, and we had lots of Paragon. So it's a real thing. So I wanted to talk about like seasonal power creep. Man, this Ring of Royal Grandeur buff ain't no joke. I mean, I know when it first came out, people were like, "Oh, Ring of Royal Grandeur, I don't even use one." Whoop-de-doo. I mean, I understand they buffed the characters too. Like Jay got a big buff, but man, that Ring of Royal Grandeur also gives you a major buff. The thing I was gonna say about that was, if you look at each season, right? Like the general population, way back in the day, it was hard to get a gem up to level 25. That was the big deal. Like, oh, look, I got that secondary thing on a gem. I mean, now people are running gems like 130. I'm certainly not, but each season has seen some increase, and I don't know what they're gonna do next season, but I know they're gonna take away the Ring of Royal Grandeur buff. I don't have any idea what they're going to do next season to make it go further, because each season we've been further and further and further. I mean, do you have any idea what they're going to do with seasonal power creep next season? Because it's already, I mean, you can contest how like ridiculous the creep is.
Yeah, I don't know. Wolf Crier is saying there was supposed to be a PTR for season 17, which that might show some more class balances and stuff like that. But I don't know exactly what else they can do or what they're planning on doing. You know, before they just doubled everything, now they're throwing legendary rings into our buffs. So, like,
Well,
what
I
else
kind of
could they
think,
do?
okay, the first two seasons, because this is our third season of seasonal, what do you call it? Seasonal theme. I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
This is our third seasonal theme. The first one was Season of the Greed. We just got like double treasure goblins, which was great, best theme ever. The second one was the Herodrum, right? You got double bags, which was decent. I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't crying about it. Everybody knows I don't like bounties. I did do a few bounties. I know you murdered the crap out of bounties last season. I will tell you this: the first, like you do their season journey, you got to do like, you got to do like four, you got to do all the bounties, right? For your seasonal journey. And I think I was running with you, and we got all the bounties done, and we went to go turn them in, and people are going to town and clicking it, and, you get the, Terrio gives you the bag. And I remember asking, I was like, is that all of them? Did I miss some? Because it just, only getting 5 bags, it was just like a slap in the face. Because, you're used to getting 10 bags. I mean, I don't know if you felt that way.
Not
It
really.
was insulting. It was insulting to me. I was like, oh, where are my bags at? Maybe it was just me, bro. So, anyway, my point to conversation is, there was they were going on a very similar line, double goblins, double bags. Now they've given us a Ring of Royal Grandeur buff, which is I consider that a completely different direction, right? I mean, I I personally thought that it would have been cool if you could have stacked an additional Ring of Royal Grandeur and then just, but they're not gonna they're not gonna let us do that, right? But seeing how this Ring of Royal Grandeur buff, I've been racking my head like, man, what else can they do? Because this is like, I know a lot of people on the forums are like, oh, give us lawn only or buff lawn. I mean, I don't know. They buffed it to 750. Do you know anything about the lawn, like power creep? Is anybody smashing the lawn at the top of the boards? Do you know?
Out of season they are, not in season. Out
Why,
of
just because of
season,
Paragon?
I don't know. Out of season, it was like before the season started officially. It was like number one build was lawn, at least monk and stuff like that. Wizard.
Mm. See, there's a LON Spirit Barrage build, and I did put one together, but I don't have good gear. And I didn't, I mean, you got to augment it, you got to put all this work into it. But it didn't feel, I have low power, and I have low power on my Jade. And it didn't feel as powerful as my Jade. And of course, being the Witch Doctor, Jade is the best build. I mean, it's hands down. It's smashing. Jade is just smashing the leaderboards. I think, everybody on leaderboards running Jade, or I don't know what the heck they're running if they're not running Jade, but it's people are just going off. It's a really good build. And I just don't know, like, I wish there was like a list. Maybe, Brandy could put a list out like, hey, these are some of the things we're going to do. Because, man, I am stumped. I'm completely stumped. I have no clue what could be coming next. Which is a good thing, right? Because if we knew, it would be like, okay, next season will be the season of this and blah, blah, blah. Kind of like a boring thing, right? But I think they're going, and she did say, I don't remember if it was BlizzCon or a video, but she did say that they're coming with new stuff. So, I I'm excited about it. Do you have anything to say about the seasonal power creep, or how are they going to fix it? Do you have any ideas? I mean,
I'd like to see if they want to do power creep, I'd like to see like a season of hell where everybody gets like an extra passive. That'd be pretty. That'd be pretty. Dope. That would
yeah, you know
that would add
what?
a lot of power creep to it.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea right there. Season of hell, where everybody gets a hellfire ring passive.
Amulet.
Yeah, well, I mean, ring and that's the ring, but you know what I meant. Yeah, that's another good idea. And I was just like, I was trying to think of like what else could it be. That's actually maybe something that they would do. Everybody gets a passive, but I mean, look, witch doctors, right? They got a lot of great passives. I really could, I really could have fun with an extra passive, but as a crusader, you really need an extra passive. I don't think that's I don't know if that would be good for some classes. You know what I mean?
Well, Ritzy took off one of his cheat deaths to put that blunt passive on, so he could run the blunt and the cheat death. So
Hmm.
they're obviously it's not going to work for an Akon Crusader, but at least it's going to work for another Crusader.
Yeah, I mean, I have limited experience because I only played a con, so maybe. I mean, does the monk have great passives? I don't know. I heard people complain about monk passives in the past.
um, I don't know. They got cheat death and all the other stuff they got. I don't know exactly what all they have, but some of them seem to be pretty good. Like the one that, like your secondary resistance is, it evens out like all the other resistances. So you could stack one and all your other resistances are, the same total as you know.
See, the one reason why I really liked the Ring and Royal Grandeur buff is because it really shook the meta up. I mean, if you look at the 4 player, I mean, I don't know. Is there a lot of people still playing Necro? I mean, is the Necro even part of that? I don't even know anymore because it seems like there's a new meta in town.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Well, I was checking the 4 player leaderboard yesterday or today, and I didn't see Necromancer on it at all.
Which, I mean, look, I like the Necro. Everybody knows like Necro, but I mean, come on, they had 4 seasons, right? Like we gotta have something new, every now and then, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's good. At least they shook the, if you don't like the Ring of Royal Grandeur buff, okay, well at least they shook the meta up. That's one thing, and I certainly am having fun in this season of the Grandeur, as they call it. So, well, anyway, um, yeah, I mean, season of the hell. That's a good idea. I like that, brother. I'm not really sure what else. Maybe our listeners out there in listener land can figure out more buffs than I can, and maybe they can throw us something in the Discord, or throw us an email or whatever. But yeah, I'd like I'd like to go over some of that later. Maybe if y'all guys got any ideas, that'd be great. Well, we got friends, and our friends got podcasts, and her name is Jen. She's got Jen's Lore Corner, and Jen's Lore Corner is a great podcast. She has episode 10 out on Vala. Where can you find this? You can find this at the bookofgin.net. She got episode 10 of Valhalla. So it's just me and Shazam. I think Manlow's out playing PlayStation 4. I don't know what Vesper's doing. Maybe he's hanging out with a girlfriend. I don't know what Shazam. Maybe he caused the other two people to not show up. I'm not sure. I don't know, bro. What you do, man? What you do? Did you forget to shower or something?
No, I put that on there. It says, because the other two didn't show up.
Yeah, well, either way. I can't read, bro. I'm from the South, man. Nah, you know what? It's fine. It's I think Manlow's just, they got some more adopted kids, and I think he's just like crazy busy. And I mean, I don't know. Vesper got his first girlfriend. You know how that goes. Puppy love. So it is what it is, But anyway, back to my check the Jen's Lore Corner out, because check Jen's Lore Corner out, because that's one of our friends, and Jen's a cool person. She'd be here today, but I think she was a little sick, so is what it is. Last week we got emails and money, because Shazam literally, Ritzy. Wow, I'm all jacked up on the name calling today. Anyway, Ritzy sent us an email last week, and he sent us money, and I appreciate that. It was money and emails all in one. So, send us emails and send us money. We like both. So, anyway, I don't think there's no blue notes. They were talking about some Switch thing on Diablo fans. You know anything about the Switch thingy?
No, other than they're trying to get all the people on Switch to learn how to play the game, I guess. The new player like help and stuff like that, and suggestions, and all the stuff that we knew for the past couple of years. But I don't know. All the people that I know that played on Switch all played on PC or something like that. So I don't know who all these new people are that are picking up the game. I just think it's people that just bought it to play it whenever they're not at their PC. But I don't know. I guess some kids bought it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. I don't have a Switch, so it's kind of. And if you do got a Switch and you're out there playing on Switch, pawn it and buy a mouse, and then get Diablo on computer, because it's way better on computer. I've never played it on Switch, but it's way better on computer. Because you can get on Discord, and if you get on Discord, you get on our Discord. If you get on our Discord, maybe you can get into a 4-man group with us and smash on some 100s or 95s or run 22 rings in a row for some reason.
Yeah, you can't get on Discord on a Switch. You can't even chat on a Switch.
Yeah. How you gonna get on Discord on a Switch? So hit us on Discord. Shoot, not on Switch apparently. Well, anyway, no blue notes that I know of, and we got the sad face on the emails. Although Ritzy did send us one last week, so that's great. I'll give him a high five for that. Thanks, Ritzy. You're the man. And I did like the money, so appreciate it. What other media? You got any other media, sir?
I watched the new Reign of the Supermen DC animated movie, which that's pretty good show. Takes place after obviously the death of Superman. That was the big story whenever I was growing up. When I was like 12 years old, they killed off Superman on me. And
spoiler alert! Superman dead. I didn't know.
Yeah, he died in like what 92, somewhere around there.
Spoiler alert! Oh man, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to. Man, that's sad news. I didn't know that. I thought
Came
Superman was still out there, changing in weird phone booths.
came back a couple months later, but that's DC animated movies. I haven't found one that was crap yet. You know, they're all pretty good. They're way better than their live action movies. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Bruce Timm's always basically helms the production of them, so he did the Batman animated series, so he knows what he's doing. And we watched. I think you'd be able to tell the listeners more about this on Netflix than I would be able to. But
Yeah.
The Ted Bundy confession tapes. So yeah, I watched all them on Saturday.
You know, of course, I think anybody knows who Ted Bundy is. He's a serial killer. I think they actually got him on record for killing 12 women in or around like Washington, California, Oregon, Utah, Colorado area, and sorry if I didn't get all those correct or whatever. But anyway, he killed people, women. I wouldn't say people. He never killed a man, I guess. Not that I know of, anyway. Not that I'm an expert, but anyway, he was a serial killer, and I think at the time that wasn't a thing. I don't, I don't think the police really. I think that's why it was such a fascination. And growing up, you hear about Ted Bundy, or you know who Ted Bundy is, like he's a serial killer, and I mean, you know how all that. But I really didn't. I really never took a deep dive into like what he actually did. I knew he killed some people. I didn't know how many. I didn't know it was all women. I didn't know. Like, I didn't have any details on the case. I just knew, and I knew that he passed away. Or, well, he didn't pass away. They killed him, I guess. So I guess you wouldn't say he passed away, right? Because they fried him in the electric chair. So I guess that's not. I don't guess the proper term is pass away. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, he gone anyway. So it's just like weird because I grew up in that, that a lot of that happened, a long time ago. So you just, and maybe if I was older, or maybe I'd know all kinds about the case, right? But I knew who he was, but I didn't know anything about it. So it was kind of like this weird. I was interested in it, so I checked it out, and I did my kidnapping series, and we got into that, and that was a crazy story, bro. That kidnapping documentary, woo, that was nuts. We got into that, and then I got into this confession tape by Ted Bundy. I almost said Bud Tendy. I don't. Anyway, woo, my tongue. So anyway, I got into it, and it really took a deep dive into his case, which I really enjoyed. Like I said, I think they actually convicted him of 12 murders. It's a crazy story, one that I had no idea. Like, for example, he goes to Colorado, and I don't know how many people he killed in Colorado, but he killed a few girls in Colorado, and then he's at the mall, and he sees a girl. And for some reason, he had a police badge with him. I guess he was just walking around with it, like, hey, I'm going to be a fake cop today, whatever. And he comes up to the girl and tells the girl that, hey, somebody broke into your car, and we need you to come down to your car and see if, if you're missing anything. So she goes out to the car with her, but nothing was wrong with her car. And she's like looking in there, and then hits her over the head, takes him to, throws her in his car. He tries to handcuff her. He had like a little handle in his Volkswagen because that's what he drove, and he was going to handcuff her to that little handle so she couldn't like take off. And she jumps out the Volkswagen while it's moving and runs to another car I don't know. They fought around a lot. I'm missing details, but whatever. So she is literally the only surviving victim of his. So she goes to the police, makes a report. They have no idea who it is. Uh, she just made the report. They put a thing out looking for, and they didn't know it was Ted Bundy. They were just looking for a guy. And, of course, they did the little drawing, all that thing, right? So, she goes on about her life, and several months go by, and I don't know what he was doing, but he was driving down the street with lights on. Cop sees him, goes to pull him over, tell him, hey, you forgot to turn your lights on. Nothing's, he wasn't like, I don't think he was going to pull him over and give him a ticket or anything like that. But cop hits him with the lights, and Ted Bundy takes off. Well, the cop finally box him in, and they arrest him for evading an officer, right? Well, back in the day, they used to put all the arrests in the paper. And I don't know, maybe they still do that, but I don't know, maybe the paper's not extremely popular anymore. But, they put his picture in the paper that, hey, he ran from cops, blah, blah, blah. The girl opens the paper, sees the dude in the paper, goes to the police. That's the guy that tried to kidnap me. So now they got him charged on kidnapping. They get a search warrant, go to his house, and this dude's got all the women that he killed jewelry and their keys. So all this, like, you probably never have heard of Ted Bundy. Like, you probably know that he probably would have killed, I don't even know how many people he would have killed. Maybe he would have got caught later. But, I mean, he killed a ton. Like, he says 30 people. At that point, he had killed 12 people. And no one even suspected this guy. Right? So it's like this crazy story that starts off with was driving down the road without his lights. And that all spiraled into this big. So anyway, they get him for the kidnapping. They find the jewelry and the keys. And then they're trying to figure that out. Well, while they're trying to figure that out, some kids in Washington find a skull. They go up there, and they keep finding all these bodies, and the jewelry and the keys match the bodies. So now they know he killed all those people. That's how they linked all that stuff to him. All because, like, he was driving down the street without his lights on, which to me is crazy. Because if he would have had his lights on, you probably would have never even heard that name. Anyway, I know I did a whole thing on it, but it was a crazy story. And I was very interested in it, and what it is it's actually Ted Bundy talking about all the stuff that, it's him and like the reporters and these detectives. It was very fascinating. I really liked it, and I learned a lot about the case. And hey, if you're out there and you're serial killing women, turn your damn car lights on because you might get busted. So, I worked in the oil field for a long time, and I worked around a lot of people that were, coming out of prison, or maybe they were fixing to go to prison. Anyway, it reminded me of some of these guys I used to work for. Like, they wouldn't have a car, so they would ride in my car to the rig. And if you drove like 45 in a 40, they would freak out. If you didn't have your seatbelt on, like, there was one dude, his name was Mr. X is what I'll call him, because I ain't going to put his name on the thing. But, Mr. X, like, if he rode with you and you smoked a cigarette and had your window open, he would get on to you. If you didn't have your seatbelt on, if you didn't use your blinkers, if you didn't have your lights on, if you were driving like just 1 mile an hour over the speed limit, I mean, this dude would get mad and like yell and scream at you. And the reason why is because he didn't want to get pulled over, because if he got pulled over, the first thing they're going to do is probably get me out of the car and ask me where I'm going while I'm speeding. and then they're gonna see him, then they're gonna get him out the car and run his record, and then he probably gonna get arrested. It just reminded me of that because, like, you know, like, what if that guy would have just been driving with his lights on? You know, maybe you would have never heard Ted Bundy. That's crazy to me. Anyway, I guess that's a thing. So other media, long other media. I mean, I don't know if you have anything to add to that. I don't know if you. It was interesting.
No, people need to watch it. I'm not going to tell them like the whole
Well,
thing.
that's not really the whole thing. It's just like I just thought it was crazy because, like, you know, they didn't catch him like cutting bodies up. They didn't catch him like, you know, they didn't. Hell, he kidnapped the one girl and they didn't even know who he was. He wouldn't even have got busted for that if he wouldn't have had his lights on. I mean, it's just like a crazy thing that just, you know, like something small like, you know, speeding or, I mean, of course it wasn't speeding or anything. I'm just saying like something small like not having your lights on just spirals out of control into something like that. You know, it's like, whoa, craziness. So anyway, I guess that's enough of the other media. Y'all can go check it out. It's a heck of interesting thing, and I really enjoyed it. The other thing I really enjoy is Discord. Come check us out on Discord, because man, Discord is awesome. And if you're on Discord, maybe you'll get like a little alert. Boom, boom. Deadgreed is now streaming live on Twitch TV /Deadgreed1812. Come check me out while I'm playing a witch doctor and getting smashed on level 105s or upgraded gems. Or you could check out our show live now because we record our show live right here on Twitch TV Deadgreed1812. Right there on the Twitch, you can come to this and you can put like right here, Shazam 81. Call again, please. There you go. So I knew to call him again on Skype because he threw it in the Twitch. So I mean, we didn't get a lot of comments today, but look, it's new, and we're streaming the show live, so that's a new thing. So you know, come if you got time on Sunday, 8 Central is when we start. I know we started a little later today, but 8 is when we start getting our notes together and getting all the whatnot going. So we'll be around a little bit, maybe a little bit after 8, maybe 8. We're still locking the schedule down, but anyway, come check us out. Twitch TV, Deadgreed1812. We're going to do the show. Other than the show, I stream good Diablo content and other games when I'm playing other games. With that said, just join Discord because, man, there's tons of stuff. Like I said, you can see all that. You can see pictures of me throwing what it looks like when you get a primal on the ground. Did you see that picture?
I did, yeah.
I mean, I know you know what it looks like when you get a primal on the ground because you've gotten like 50 bajillion primals this season. But I threw it on the ground because maybe somebody hadn't got a primal yet. Maybe they can see what it looks like. It looked like a little red, pretty little beam there. That primal right there was trash, but that's okay. It was 15 Forgotten Souls. And I just wanted to take a screenshot. So anyway, if you're not on Discord, you may not know what a primal looks like. Well, anyway, join Discord, and I'll let Shazam tell our lovely listeners goodbye, and then either I will close the show or Shazam close the show if Shazam wants to.
No, you can go ahead. I'll see you guys maybe next week, maybe the week after. I don't know. Whenever they invite me back.
All right. Well, in that case, you have been listening to episode 197 of the Shadow Soulstone, your Diablo community podcast. Missed an episode? I wouldn't know why, but if you missed the episode, you can find the show blog and listen to the show archives at www.shadowsoulstone.com. You can also find the show live on Twitch TV /Deadgreed1812. With your support, you can help the show grow. Become a Patreon today. Patreon.com/Soulstone. Join us in game. Our in-game community and clan, both named Shadow Soulstone, are open to anyone who would like to join. You, yes, you can join the Discord. I've been talking about it, so I'm not gonna go over the whole. Look, go to our Shadow Soulstone website. And you can find us there. We're community based. It's all good. The link is on our website. It's on our Twitter. It's on our Facebook. Many places. If you don't know how to find all that, you can just hit me up in game or anybody else, and we'll all just give it out because it's just like a free giveaway. Our Discord is like a free giveaway. We just keep giving it away more and more and more. Come on. Anyway, the show is powered by you, the listener. Send your contributions, thoughts, questions, and feedback. Well, I was about to say face back. I don't know. Anyway, send your feedback. Don't send your face back because I don't want to see your face back. Anyway, send your feedback to show at shadowsoulstone.com. We love Twitter, at least. Well, we love Twitter. Come join us, tweet with us, and find the show Twitter at Shadow Soulstone. Vespeturio is at Vespeturio1189. Deadgreed is at Deadgreed1812. And Shazam is at. I don't think Shazam's got one.
Yeah, I don't use it.
He don't use it, so don't tweet Shazam. Tweet Deadgreed, Vespeturio, or the show. Anyway, you can find the show Facebook page at facebook.com/Soulstone or Shadow Soulstone. And Vespeturio at facebook.com, Vespeturio1189. Vespeturio absolutely loves videos of old women. I'm not sure what's that about, but send him videos of old women on his Facebook. He loves that. He always commenting, man, I wish I had more videos of old women. Anyway, we would like to extend a huge thank you to Medros of Dawn Force Productions for hosting our Loot Deviant show. You can find more shows from the Dawn Forge at www.thedawnforge.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, from all of us here, Shadow Soulstone, over 196 episodes for your listening pleasure. Dawn Forge.
Dawn Forge.
Nice. All right, if I can find the correct button. Here it is. There's the right one.